And Jack Flaherty starts game one. Torres climbs in, and off we go. With a fastball up to 96, which is a promising first sign.
Yeah, Jack Flaherty's going to have to throw enough fastballs to make his breaking balls an issue for the Yankee offense. And that's a good sign, because this last game he really struggled mechanically keeping his front side in there, and his fastball location was not good, and therefore his game was not good. And if he's going to face this team that doesn't chase very much, he got to get ahead of the count, win the count.
Ooh, got squeezed a little bit there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Chase refers to anything outside the strike zone that you can get a hitter to swing at that would be a ball, and basically both these teams own the strike zone.
Torres on 2-1. Pulls it to third, and a hot shot caught by Muncy.
This series for everybody is going to be like drinking water out of a fire hose. There are so many things that this series represents, and we'll try to drip it to you the best we can, but this is the matchup. These two guys are what makes the Yankees so special.
Yeah, this is the guy that changed everything for the Yankees. 82 and 80 last season. They trade for Juan Soto, really the one guy that it felt like could unlock that roster. And it's the least surprising thing ever that he's been a perfect fit in New York, and that he's once again owned the postseason. On a 1-0 from Flaherty, Soto takes ball 2.
Well, that's what Flaherty has to do. He's not going to throw him a ton of fastballs, but he's got to have his slider in the zone and curveball away that he tried to backdoor right there, and then every once in a while sneak a fastball away to kind of get him guessing. That's the pitch, and that's the call he's got to get. He didn't get that call, and that's why Soto is now commanding the respect of everybody, because his eye is so good and his on-base percentage. He gets on base just about as good as anybody.
Well, we talk about them getting transformed by him showing up. He's the guy that embodies that approach that they've become as a lineup. Just such a stubborn hitter. And he's got a 4-pitch walk. First base runner for the Yankees is Juan Soto.
Well, early on, okay, this is just early on, it looks like it's a hitter's strike zone. So what I mean by that, the strike zone is going to be called tight. That means the stuff that you have as a pitcher is going to have to be electric in the strike zone to get outs. Otherwise, it's going to be tough going for the pitchers tonight.
All right, John, here he is. Aaron Judge, larger than life, playing in his first World Series. And a pinpoint fastball for strike 1.
And that's where you got to put it. I mean, such a big hitter, 6'8". He has a hard time. If you establish fastballs away, then you can get him to chase at breaking balls away.
58 home runs, 144 driven in for Judge this year. He swings and misses as the bottom falls out of that curve.
And that's the key. Because Flaherty can spin it really well, he's got a breaking ball that's a curve ball that goes down more, and then a tighter slider that's going to be off that fastball that's tough to pick up.
Yeah, the Yankees have reached this first World Series since 2009, even though they've not gotten much from their biggest star. Judge had that home run against Clase in Game 3, but he's just 5 for 41 in this postseason. On an 0-2 for Flaherty, leaves it in the dirt, ball 1.
With these hitters, when you make the pitch that he made previous, the natural human process is I can make a better pitch. And then what you end up doing is wasting a couple pitches to get the hitter back in the count.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a slider.
Again, all set up by that first fastball that he dotted on the outside part of the corner. Allows this slider, which is in the zone, for Aaron Judge to be in between and miss it.
Well, John, with the way that Judge relatively has struggled, what Giancarlo Stanton's done in this postseason, that much more important. And once again, October has transformed this guy into a different dude.
His timing, his legs, his mechanics are really good at the plate right now. When he's calm and letting pitches travel and doesn't have roller skates on his spikes, meaning his feet are all over the place, he's comfortable. And when a hitter's comfortable with that kind of power, he's looking for a mistake, and then he does not miss it.
4 home runs in 5 games in the championship series. The ALCS MVP. The Ahead of Jack Flaherty, 2 balls, 1 strike. Rewarding performance sponsored by Capital One. He makes his World Series debut at Dodger Stadium, the place he says made him love baseball. Grew up coming to games here with his dad, and since becoming a big leaguer, 10 home runs in 25 games here. Runner at first, 2 out, 2-1 is inside, ball 3.
Soto controlled the count. He got a walk. Stanton controlling the count. 3-1. Dangerous pitch here to a hitter with this kind of power.
Flaherty throws, and Stanton takes generous inside corner there. A little bit all over so far from Carlos Torres.
That again is so key to establish your fastball. Now he can spin it if he wants to. He's got Stanton just a little bit guessing after hitting that fastball.
Bouncing ball to short, and Tommy Edman, who kicks it, and an error opens the door for the Yankees here in the first. Tommy Edman, the NLCS MVP, so sure-handed all year, with an error in the first inning here of the World Series.
Tremendous topspin on this ball. He hits it straight down into the ground, and it takes a huge hop. The in-between hop for a shortstop gives them the most trouble after it comes off the grass, and it ate him up. To me, this next batter is probably the most important batter for the Yankees. He started off great. He's been cold lately. He breaks up the right-handers, and he's got electricity in his bat, according to his manager.
Jazz Chisholm squares around and takes strike 1. Traded from the 100-loss Marlins to the pennant-winning Yankees, and he's talked about loving the big moment. Talk about his energy, the joy that he plays with. He was really good in the 2 months after the trade, but he's 5 out of 34 in the postseason. The chance to atone for that here. Bounces one right side. Routine ground ball for Gavin Lux. He makes the play, and Jack Flaherty puts up a 0 in the first.
He's off to a big-time challenge facing this guy.
The one-of-a-kind Shohei Ohtani. Swings at the first pitch, sends a fly ball to center field. Judge is backing up, and he just misses, homering on the first pitch of his World Series career.
There is nothing better and more nervous than to throw a first pitch fastball to Ohtani. But the best part is you get an out. The nervous part is you think you might have given up a home run. So challenged him right away. Garrett Cole may not have his electric fastball that he had before he got hurt, but he's still got a good enough fastball. He pitches with gears, 2-seam fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup.
From one MVP to another here in Mookie Betts, that's strike 1. Of course, Ohtani John is the headliner, but then you've got Betts, who came to life in the championship series. 346, 2 home runs, and 9 driven in against the Mets.
When you play with the greatest player in the game, he makes the other greatest players in the game look a little normal. He made Mike Trout look normal. And now Mookie Betts, he's one of the top 5 in the game, and he gets to bat behind the greatest player in the game. That makes the Dodgers special.
Lifts his fly ball to left field. Verdugo paused at first, now goes back onto the track, and a couple long flyouts to open the day for Cole. Couple beats the heart skip, but 2 up and 2 down.
Yeah, that's a little unusual with 2 strikes, but for Garrett Cole, the most surprising thing we saw when I looked through all the data, he has not struck out a right-handed batter now in 43 straight at-bats. That is shocking to me when I looked at it.
Having to evolve, learn different ways to get guys out, not totally overwhelming as he's been throughout his career. Freddie Freeman's back in the lineup for the Dodgers, battling that ankle injury. And they're hoping that close to a full week off is going to load that tank up enough for him to be more himself.
Yeah, and the one thing that people have to understand, what he's battling through, you need your legs, your feet, you hit from the ground up. He's still good enough to hit with his upper body, but he loses the power and the bat speed on the pitches inside.
And he's in an 0-2 hole.
It's been a simple game plan so far for Garrett Cole. He's throwing his fastball, seeing what happens, and 2 outs and 0-2 on the 3rd hitter.
Just 6 pitches in. Comes back home with an 0-2 to Freeman. It is a fastball upstairs.
You will see his velocity go up when he's in a jam. But I think until there's a jam or runners on, he's going to be in cruising speed, trying to make pitches location-wise more than velocity.
Breaking pitches, punched by the bag and down the left field line for Freddie Freeman. Going to test that ankle right away. He'll cruise into second and think about three as Verdugo can't play it cleanly. Freeman's into third. Oh, you talk about testing the ankle in a big way. A base hit turns into three. You just never bet against Freddie Freeman.
No, and teams keep shifting him, and he can do this at will. When you shift him way off the line, this is what he can do. And that bad bounce off the corner of the stands allowed this triple to be had by Freddie Freeman.
First extra base hit for Freddie Freeman in a month. Back to when he injured that ankle final week of the regular season. This is not exactly the extra base hit that you picture, but he'll take it. And the Dodgers have a runner at third with two away for Teoscar Hernandez. Strike one.
Teoscar had a rough last series, but his last game was encouraging for the Dodgers. He got flatter with his bat in the zone, was getting too much tilt and swinging uncharacteristically in that previous series.
Because he was their best hitter during the division series against San Diego. And he rips one to short here that's caught by Volpe. Dodgers strand a man at third.